Wonderful. Good afternoon, everyone. Good rainy afternoon, I must say. And welcome to yet another empowering edition. This time, the 41st edition of the Vibe Live, a hexalon. The Vibe that stands for Women Build and Enhance is a platform dedicated to fostering women's excellence. It brings together women doctors from diverse specialties to share knowledge, leadership experiences, and personal journeys that inspire both growth and collaboration. There are four fundamental pillars that form the vibe: physical well being, mental health, financial wisdom, and professional excellence. Through its various initiatives, the Vibe strives to build a strong community of women professionals who uplift one another and redefine the landscape of healthcare leadership. I'm Dr. Ritu Johri, consultant diabetologist and metabolic expert, practicing in western suburbs of Mumbai. With a unique, diverse background, decade and a half spent in pharma industry, and last half a decade practicing diabetes, thyroid, and obesity. Besides clinical practice, I also contribute to research and medical writing as a co-founder of RFECT, which is a medical marketing agency. But what brings me utmost pleasure, my dear audience, in sharing is the introduction of this exclusive initiative, The Vibe, as founder of one of its kind platform. I'm blessed to be complimented by my husband, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and our family feels complete with a teen son and a toddler daughter. With that, let me take you to the dynamic woman across. And first of all, let me welcome the dynamic Dr. Preeti Shanai with us today as our star speaker. Welcome, Dr. Preeti.
Thank you so much for having me here.
And now over to Dr. Lotika for her introduction.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Lotika Purohit, a diabetologist and a lifestyle medicine physician practicing in Kolaba, Mumbai since the last 3 decades. I'm also part of the Research Society for the Study of Diabetology in India as the national faculty, a national executive committee, as well as I'm a visiting faculty at the JJ Group of Hospitals and the police hospital too. I'm a mother to an artist and an entrepreneur, and I'm partnered by my husband, who's also a diabetologist, and we have a company together called the Doctor. Besides this, of course, I love to travel. I like to cook, and that's very inspiring and relaxing also. But what gives me happiness is this initiative, which we have started from approximately the last 280 to 300 days, wherein every week we, on a Wednesday afternoon, come rain, come shine, have a woman physician who's a leader in her field to discuss what was her story, her challenges, her obstacles, and how she overcome them. And this is a very inspiring session for all of us. We thoroughly enjoy and look forward. So we welcome Dr. Preeti today for another interesting, insightful episode. Now I hand over to Dr. Pranjali Shah for her introduction.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lotika. Welcome, Dr. Priti. So I'm Dr. Pranjali Shah, Director and Chief Diabetologist at App Diabetes Clinic. And I also handle internal operations at iHeal, which is led by my husband, who is a cornea transplant surgeon, Dr. Kaushal Shah. I love treating young diabetics, help them live longer and stronger. But now, new thing which I'm learning, which I was discussing with my friend, like we have NABH audit, and now I'm learning how you're supposed to do audit operations, internal operations. So that is new thing which I'm occupied nowadays. But if you don't find me in my clinic, you will see me hiking, doing farming on weekends, playing with animals in animal shelter. So that's something which gives me joy apart from this daily hectic schedule. Welcome, Dr. Preeti. We look forward for this Wednesdays where we learn a lot of new things and inspiring stories from leaders like you. Over to you, Dr. Rukia, for your introduction.
Thank you, Pranjali, and thank you very much, Preeti, for accepting our invitation. I'm Dr. Rukia Surya Sheikh. I'm a diabetes, thyroid, and an obesity consultant practicing in Mulund for the last decade and a half. And what I love most about medicine is that not about just treating numbers, it's about understanding people and being a part of their journey. Beyond the clinic, I'm a wife to a medical oncologist and a proud mother of two daughters. And I believe in practice what I preach. I love my workouts. I don't like to miss them out. I love playing carom. And I've recently enrolled again for some carom competition also. Enjoy traveling. And of course, this great company and meaningful conversations which help you know yourself better. And recently I have discovered this joy of painting which helps me add little color and calm to my busy days. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today, and I look forward to learn, to share, and to grow together with all of you. Over to you, Kavita, for your.
Thanks, Dr. Rukia. Good afternoon, Dr. Priti. Namaskar, everyone. I'm Dr. Kavita Rane. I have been practicing in Chembur with diabetes and obesity patients for the past 15 years. I'm the director of operations at Rane Hospital, and I also go to Apollo Spectra at Deonar. Apart from diabetology, I love art and I love to travel. I have had a photography exhibition at Jahangir Art Gallery in 2019 and Simrosa Art Gallery in Mumbai. I look forward to travel much more henceforth. And other than that, I love ETM music. I love to play golf. And I love these Wednesday Vibe Live with all these gorgeous girls of mine. So welcome, Dr. Preeti, and over to Dr. Ritu.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita, and all the girls. So now is the time to talk about the theme for today. And today, as you can see, we're looking at the woman who's not only been practicing, but a woman who's redefined confidence beyond skin deep. Leadership isn't only about breaking barriers, my dear audience. It's about building trust. It's about mentoring others. And it's living every life a little more confident than before. That is the journey that you will visualize today. And some women, they just don't transform appearances, they transform lives. Yes, our guest today has built an extraordinary journey where science meets artistry, precision meets compassion, and confidence becomes the true measure of success. As medical director of Skinworks Clinic, she's an acclaimed cosmetic dermatologist, a sought after educator, trainer, and a respected leader in the space of Cosmetic Dermatology Society of India. Dr. Preeti Shenoy, my dear friends, has inspired patients, mentored professionals, and elevated the standards of aesthetic medicine in our country. Today, we celebrate not just her achievements, but the woman whose purpose has always been to help others as see the best version of themselves. So please, everyone, join me in welcoming Dr. Preeti Shenoy. A very warm welcome, Dr. Preeti, and a quick question on to you. How did you feel? Because you were with us at the Vibe Connect as well as our flagship founding event. How did you feel when you were invited for the Vibe Live?
You know, truly speaking, I was quite, I was speechless because I was first time attending a conference which only had women and women from different, fraternities and such esteemed people. And, the kind of vibe, I think women have a lot of energy, they're very positive, and you could just when you entered the room, I just felt that vibe. Actually, I felt the vibe, and I really extend my thank you to you all that you all made me a part of such a wonderful conference, and sharing knowledge, meeting so many people was really a great experience. And believe me, keep y'all are doing great work and just keep going on.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti. And just for the audience, so as I mentioned, Dr. Preeti is the medical director, Skinworks Clinic, which is also visited by some of the celebrities at times. She's the secretary of Cosmetic Dermatology Society of India since 2012. She's written a lot of chapters in various books, has been a sought after faculty for national as well as international platforms. She's done a fellowship in dermatosurgery and advanced lasers, has been an award winning poster presenter. She's been org secretary, as I just mentioned, of various other institutes as well, be it the CDSI platform. She's been the regional vice president for the FADS. She's the member of IADVL, the CDSI, the AAD, EADV, and various other societies. And she's been a very well awarded trainer for Galderma as well as for other institutes as well. So, with that, a very warm welcome once again, Dr. Preeti. Look ahead to wonderful conversations with you. And over to you, Dr. Rukia, for the first segment.
So, Preeti, my journey, my segment is about your journey, and I know you since last more than 2 decades. While I was doing my MBBS student, and you were pursuing your post graduation. So we are going to take you back there. The courage to begin again. Life doesn't always follow the timeline we plan, and sometimes our greatest achievements come after a detours and pauses and unexpected challenges. And your journey is a reminder that success is not about the uninterrupted path, it's about having the courage to begin again. So, for the audiences to know, when I was introduced to Dr. Preeti, she was doing her MD medicine. She was doing her MD medicine at the prestigious Sion Hospital, and I was hospitalized over there for my dengue. So that's how we came to know each other. And but you initially chose to pick up MD medicine, and then life took an unexpected turn. So can you take us back to that phase and what made you decide to step away? So I would want you to share that with everyone here.
Uh, Before I start that, I would say that the one more reason that you met me was because your sister was interning as a dietitian under me. Okay. So, yes, I secured MD medicine through my merit and, just like any other young doctor, would do. And I was very ideal. Actually, I was, MD medicine was my second choice. And I thought I would get into pediatrics by the end of my third round. Unfortunately, I got stuck to MD medicine. And while doing the residency, in my first and second post, I really thought that medicine is not my calling. Unfortunately, at the same time around, my personal life completely went haywire. My dad got diagnosed with cancer, who I lost in 6 months. I had to get married early because of that, and I had an unplanned pregnancy by my third post of residency. I thought that I could not make enough justice to the intensive residency training, especially in a municipal hospital like Sion Hospital. And believe me, it was the most toughest, but my own sole decision that I think I need to take a pause and come back when I'm completely prepared for it. And when it was quite a bold step because, getting out of residency, that also from a prestigious hospital. But I felt that that detour actually has led me to dermatology today. So somewhere I feel it was the right move that I did. Otherwise, I would be a general physician or a, internal medicine or an intensivist in some hospital.
Right, right. So I trust me, it takes a lot of courage to get a seat at a government medical college, and you feel it's not your calling, but for multiple reasons, you have to pause it. But many women, they worry that when you take a break in your career, it means that you're going to fall behind forever. Did you also have those fears while you took that period off? So, at one part
Honestly,
you said you were pregnant, so you wanted to enjoy that phase, and then you were also taking this bold step of taking a pause in your career.
honestly, it was in my postpartum also. So you understand, I think I was also going through postpartum depression, and it was a very, very tough time. And where I saw my batchmates, they were already secured their post graduation. Some of them had already become specialists. Some had them started their, established their practice. And here I was wondering where I am, what am I going to do next, and also I have fallen behind. So that phase, I can't say I was very courageous, but yes, I went through that complete phase of like I'm a failure. I I'm a loser. I think I've not done right. So there were moments of things going back and forth, whether I did the right and whether I did the wrong. And I don't come from a medical family. Like there's nobody. I'm the first generation doctor in my family. So also that was the time when I lost my dad, right? So we were already grieving from that, and plus me taking this bold decision. But I knew one thing, that I wanted to become a postgraduate. And that was not because I wanted to prove it to someone else, but to fulfill that promise that I had made to myself and my father, you know. And that belief actually kept me going. I don't want to sound very emotional right now, but it's been 24 years that my father is no more. And he's like a guiding angel. Every time when I left my medicine, he used to come in my dreams and say, when are you going to get back? When are you going to get back? So that was my only motivation to go back to post graduation. And I'm very determined by nature, and once I commit, I move forward. So instead of looking back at what I had lost, I thought I need to focus on what I want to do next step.
Right. So that was really honest, Preeti, because it takes a lot of guts. And yes, we have those days where we are, सही किया या गलत किया, पता नहीं कब होगा, सब आगे निकल गए, मैं रह गई. No, those are like, yeah, those are kind of. But then
I'll tell
you
you,
chose to come back to
I'm sorry, at
residency.
that point of time, even your family judges you. So you have to start proving yourself right from home. Forget the people outside, you know.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. They just think that maybe you're not serious enough. You're just doing it. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah, yes. So, but then you did all that, and you went back to residency, after that break. And that requires a lot of humility, confidence, and also determination. So what gave you that courage to start over back into dermatology, and how did you chose dermatology?
So I'll tell you, when I took a break and I delivered my baby, at that point of time, I knew one thing, that I cannot sit at home. I need to do something. So, I joined a multinational healthcare company, as a medical head, and in 2004. Okay. And interestingly, uh, again, I'll tell you here that, as a mother, I chose to be in a so called non clinical setup because I wanted to give time to my daughter. So that was the decision that I made at that point of time, that I need to give time to my child. I need to be with her in her growing up years, rather than taking up something where I know I won't be able to handle. And that is why I started working with VLCC Healthcare, okay, where I joined as a medical head. And in 2005, when aesthetics had just started evolving in India, I got introduced to aesthetics at VLCC. Okay. And I realized that this branch is so upcoming. Earlier to that, I'm sorry. I mean, we all know dermatology was taken by the person who got the worst marks, and people would name that dermatology matlab khujli ka doctor, sirf khujli hi treat kar sakte. Like I remember my dad telling me that, you khujli ka doctor, you don't want to become khujli ka doctor, like that. So there was, it was stapled, right? It was framed. But interestingly, in 2005, when I was with them till 2009. So, lasers started. I got introduced to lasers. I got introduced to botulinum toxin injections. And I felt this is very interesting. Vis-a-vis, as a personality and as a child, I love aesthetics. I love to look good. I love beauty. That has been my, I love dressing up. So I think there was some kind of aesthetics within me. And I felt to become a good aesthetic dermatologist or a good aesthetic physician, it's the core thing is to learn dermatology, where I can, combine science to artistry, and that will help me to deliver the best to my patients. And then I took the bold step in 2009, when I was going to be the regional head of VLCC, where I was earning an X amount of package. I took a decision that I want to give this up and go back to doing MD medicine, MD dermatology. And that was at the age of 34. My daughter was entering grade 1. And believe me, I went back to Somaya, like undergrad I did from Somaya Medical College. Thankfully, my medicine post helped me. So I had to do only 4 posts to do dermatology to get my diploma and then MD. So that worked well. So sometimes I want to even bring out here whatever we do in life at that point of time we may think that we are wasting and it's not helping, but believe me, somewhere or the other it comes to help. Like my 4 posts of medicine helped me to get an MD dermat by doing on another 4 posts. My VLCC experience today has helped to improve my communication skills to my patients, which I felt in VLCC I was wasting time. I'm a clinical person, why am I doing this beauty sales, that kind of a thing.
Surprise us by such bold decisions. Absolutely. You think, looking back today, you believe that the pause, that which did not just change your career, but it also changed the person you became?
Of course, definitely. Like I felt that setback and today what I see that is very different. It taught me patience, resilience, and not to be afraid of starting again. I think that
Mhm.
also has made me more empathetic. And also one thing I remember that life doesn't go the way we planned. And because I've experienced that myself, I understand my patients and people around me better today. So looking back, I wouldn't call it a failure, but I would definitely call it a turning point in my life.
Definitely call you very courageous and determined. You just keep surprising us. And it's been lovely talking to you. Dr. Preeti, over to you, Lotika, for your segment.
Yeah, it's really been interesting to hear about this. And now we move on to the next segment, which is beauty, beyond beauty, healing confidence. Because people often think that aesthetic dermatology is about changing appearances. But what happens is that the greatest impact is restoring the confidence, the self esteem, and helping people feel comfortable in their own skin. So, in today's world of filters and social medias, how do you help people distinguish between healthy self care and unrealistic expectations?
I think it's called the social media pandemic.
Yeah,
I think now, as most of our time goes in making unlearning the patient,
yeah,
So, frankly speaking, I think today, apart from attending conferences and reading articles, we have to be on social media platform to understand आज क्या नया आया है, who's giving
true.
a new treatment, new solution, new skincare product or new myth, because the patient will come across and say, "Doc, shall I take this? Should I use this,
Yeah.
please?" So
Hmm.
as a dermatologist,
True.
I think हमारा काम बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया है. I'm sorry. But I think the first thing I do is to understand what the patient is really looking for. Okay.
Okay.
Many times they're showing me a filtered photo or a celebrity picture. That's when I explain them that social media isn't reality. I believe any treatment should make you feel fresher, healthier, and more confident in your own skin. And
True.
self care is about feeling good in your own skin. And the moment we are chasing perfection, we are crossing the line. And what
Mm-hmm.
is a trend may be not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what I tell
True.
my patients.
Yeah, that's true. And have there been some occasions when the best treatment that you offered was saying no to a procedure?
Yes, so in my consultation, I
Uh,
definitely I can read the patient to understand that whether this patient has unrealistic expectations, whether this patient is uh, apprehensive, and then I design my line of treatment. So I think
mm,
the most important thing in a consultation is to hear, to listen,
mm, to
more
listen,
than
yeah.
more than making your diagnosis and deciding the plan of treatment. And
Mm,
yes, I've learned from my mistake that when I have said done, I've jumped to a procedure in a patient by not saying no. I have had sleepless nights. So today,
true.
in over the years, I've understood that saying no is actually the best treatment in certain situations or with some patients.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I think sometimes it's, very difficult to say no because especially, when they come with so much expectations and, they think that something is like going to be like a magic wand and it's going to change their whole life and things like that, and then you say no, it becomes very tough
I
and
tell you
challenging
also what
to.
happens in our field is, ma'am, that, as a
Mm,
beginner, until you
mm.
establish a certain name, see, we doctors always have to, try and establish, and we are every
Yes.
day judged, every day we are
Mm.
compared, with our peers. So I
True,
think
true.
initially, as I said in my experience, a doctor feels scared to say no because they feel if I say no, somebody else is going to take it over. So
That's
you
right.
have that
Yeah,
fear of losing your patient, you know.
that's very true.
So I
Yeah.
think that is one thing I've learned today, that in fact, by saying no, you're building trust with the patient, and the
Oh,
patient
yes, of course. Mm.
appreciates your honesty and will come back to you always for it.
True, true, true. And you as a clinician get better sleep also, because you know that you
Yes,
have told them whatever is the right thing for
yes,
this current situation.
yes.
So when a patient leaves your clinic, what do you hope that they carry with them home besides the better skin?
So, of course, I want every patient to feel happy. Okay. I
Mm.
want them to feel more confident in their
Mm.
own skin. I also
True.
want them to feel that Dr. Preeti heard
Mm.
me well, understood my problem, and guided me honestly.
Mm.
Okay.
True.
I emphasize to my patients that my goal is not to make them look different, but to make them look best version of themselves.
That's right.
So I think I feel happy if my patients feel more confident and they trust me that they are in safe hands. That's the biggest compliment for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very nice. That's so very nice perspective to have, because when a person feels good and inspired, whether something has gone as per their wanting. I mean, their thing that not wanting. I mean, I suppose everybody wants to look good, but when they look good and they heal from within, because there is obviously something which is not right, which is why that enhancement is there. It is
Mhm.
so challenging, to
Yes.
explain to them and then see to it that they carry. So very interesting talking to you. Now I hand over to Dr. Ritu for the next segment.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lotika. And while you were talking, Dr. Priti, I could actually remember Salman Khan saying, "Ek baar jo main commitment kar
Oh.
दूँ." I have to ask कि उसने डॉक्टर प्रीति से तो इन्फ्लुएंस होके नहीं बोला था.
मैं एक्चुअली ये डायलॉग मारने वाली थी, but I thought it would sound very filmy.
True, because a lot of people say things, but then they back out, and that is why staying put onto your own grounds is something really exemplary, and that is
Yes.
exactly why we want this platform. We want the women to come in, understand that it sometimes may appear difficult, but once you start doing it as a habit, then you realize that it actually builds your character further stronger and helps you to maneuver your way ahead very very easily. So, now that we've heard so much inspiration from you, the inspiration continues. We want to bring out the segment on the woman behind the success. So we know that professional achievements are often visible, and sometimes what is not seen is the personal strength or the struggle. As exactly that you were mentioning, that start at home. It is a big thing that you start practicing whatever you want to show to the others. You first show it to your family, to your peers, to your colleagues, and when it is about women specifically. So there are a lot of women who have stories of resilience that have helped
Mhm.
shape their life. And here clearly we can see that coming true with you also, with the leader that you've become. So my first question to you: you've balanced motherhood with building a very demanding career, right? And that to a career where you exactly said, from being seen as a eczema treatment to an aesthetic medicine, the entire journey shaping is what you have visualized. How has becoming a mother influenced the doctor and leader that you are today?
I think motherhood has taught me to be patient more than anything else. It has also taught me to do to never give up. You know.
Mm, mm,
So because I think as a mother, I started my professional journey alongside being a mother.
Right,
So every time I took a decision, I felt what would be the best for my daughter. I
right.
took her
right.
into consideration while doing my, whether it was when I left my medicine, whether when I went back to dermatology, whether when I, after passing dermatology, I was with Dr. Rekha Sheth. She was my mentor, a very, very humble woman. uh, I was with her because I could be with, I had a fixed time of job, of course, a great place to work. And then again, I started my first private practice when my daughter was ready to be on her own, kind of be on her own.
Right.
So I think motherhood has taught me to take the right decisions at the right time, you know
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
and also because I've learned to be patient, and I think motherhood is work in progress till today also. Now, I mean, every stage we deal with different things with the child, and it never ends, right? So it has
Hmm.
made me more understanding, and not just that, has not only helped me with my daughter but also with my patients and my team, and eventually be a
Right.
better human being.
Wonderful. And I think, whenever it is about mothers, and I was just, like, remembering that, each of us also have different experiences when it comes to us, our children. Probably, this is something that all our audience will also relate very well. And you see a lot of reels also around it, that, a mother can be aggressive when it
Mm.
comes to children. She's the same calm woman who can become the raging storm when it comes to, something about their children. So that's amazing the way you've made your weakness your strength, or rather, I wouldn't even call it a weakness, but
Mm.
how to prioritize both the things. So that's a wonderful way to put it across. The second question again, putting, and I'm emphasizing on this bit, Dr. Preeti, because a lot of times we've seen not only non-medicos, but even medico doctors losing their spirit when they are, single-handedly managing their
Yes,
child. And so that's why I'm just bringing that up again. I
of
hope
course.
that's yeah,
Of
okay.
course,
So
please.
as a single mother, what has been your greatest source of strength? What is that brings the Durga out in you during the most challenging phases of life?
Honestly, when you're living through it, there is no strength. It's not that you're being strong, you don't have an option.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
understand the depth of it. So people tell me, why you're such a strong woman. I said, I didn't have an option. Like, I had to be, I
Yeah.
was a single parent. So I was the mother and the mother and the father to my child. I didn't have an option. And you have to also take onus of what steps you take in life, right? Every action will have a consequence, and we should be prepared for that consequence, and we should
Right.
own up for it and not live in that mindset that, it was because of X person that this happened to me. I think the moment you start taking own responsibility of a situation, I'm telling you that is the best move forward. And I'm not sharing this because it has happened overnight for me. I've also
Right.
understood this and overcome this. And the second biggest motivation, as I said, was my daughter. The purpose for me to live or to do so much was to give her a happy, secured future. As a parent, what do
Right.
we want? We want our children to get the best. And that is why
Correct.
we do so much, and we want to keep soaring high because we want to give them the best education, best house,
Absolutely.
best luxuries. So I think as a mother,
Absolutely.
that is my journey as a mother.
Wonderful. I think that is giving goosebumps to me, and I'm sure to all my colleagues as well. That yes, it does matter when you're looking at, from that particular angle. That what is it that why am I doing all this? What is it that is gonna drive me? It's obviously the happiness that I want, or the
Mhm.
success that I want, or the legacy that I want to leave behind for my child. Beautifully said. Next question. There must have been moments of self-doubt, like you just
Mhm.
said that, of course, you're moving through something, but then it's not easy to keep that head high at all
Mhm.
times. What helped you keep moving forward? Of course, you had no choice, like you said. But were there times of self-doubt? And at that point in time, how did you navigate, or who helped you navigate? Whatever suits
So
your answer.
I'll tell you, of course, I think every doctor, every entrepreneur, every parent, has moments of self-doubt. And I was
Right.
no different also. Okay. I always believed, like, let's take us one step at a time. Okay, instead of worrying about the whole journey. I thought like being patient, being working hard, focusing, and being consistent, also showing up
Right.
daily has actually helped me to move forward. And of course, with you have to be have gratitude for the people around you. So definitely my mother, my brother were great pillar supports, who have at least helped me in a certain way to transit through this journey of acquiring my degree, to establishing
Right.
myself. And you need to also have gratitude to the support staff that we have at home and the support staff that we have in our clinic, because of which our day moves smoothly. So I think yes. And where I believe, and also I'll give you for my with all this, you need to have a good group of friends whom you can go back and
Mhm.
just throw yourself, be the way you want, chill, have fun. You need that kind of women around you who can actually motivate you, who can uplift you. And I've been blessed that I have that kind of circle where it really lets me be not Dr. Preeti in front of them, but just be Preeti with them.
Wow. That's again, I think one of the great messages that will help all our friends that, that girl gang or that
Yes.
strength, that sisterhood, like Rukia always says, Behen code
Yes.
is absolutely, the mantra for you all to reach, beyond what you think you can. And I love the way you say that um, self doubt is obviously going to be there, and I don't think it is gender based. It is for
Yeah.
everybody. Every human who exists goes through self doubt, but it's about how the story is always about how you get out and
Mm.
leave the self doubt behind by creating what you've created today. Beautifully answered that again. So lastly, if you could speak to the younger Dr. Preeti, okay, the one who had just stepped away from her first residency, would there be any particular message from you to her?
So I would really talk to her and say, it's okay. Don't be hard on yourself. Okay. At that point of time, you knew what was best for you and you took the decision. Don't keep going back to yourself. Like that don't harm yourself by being guilty, by being uh by because I'll tell you, when I got divorced, it was a big
Hmm.
stigma in India. Like I'm just saying,
Right.
2010 is when I got divorced. People were not so accepting,
Yes.
divorce. And
Correct.
now today it's,
Divorces.
I'm sorry to say, but on a platform, and now today it's a fad. Like people are okay, like nahi chala,
Yeah.
chala.
That's true. That's
So
true. Hmm.
it's okay. Like you made a you. It went wrong. It was not intentional, but that was the destiny that happened. So also, yes, believe in yourself, trust your journey, keep learning, keep moving forward. Don't sit back and look back and realize what went wrong and keep blaming yourself and demotivating yourself. But just be happy. I think every day when I get up, I just say to myself, I want to be happy today.
Wow. Positive manifestation. True.
Yes. And
Very
I'll
true.
tell you,
Very
believe
true.
me, I think all women, and because it's a women platform, in the last 2 years, what has actually changed my life is the energy exchange, positive manifestations, affirmations, what we say to universe, what we
Right.
think, has
Correct.
actually calmed me down a lot, because I was
True.
quite, you know, through my journey, I think I was quite hyperactive, aggressive, short tempered. I would get triggered easily, and that's bound to happen, and that cannot be wrong. So you
Absolutely.
can't. You need you. People are. Some people are this way. Some people are that way, and it's
Hmm.
not wrong. When I went through those periods also where people would say, okay,
Pieces.
ये
Hmm.
तो बहुत गुस्से वाली है, ये तो बहुत इस बात करने से भी डर लगता है, तुम झगड़ने आते हो. Like for example, I'm just saying, you shouldn't be thinking about this, because what are you are you. So you should know what are your strengths and weaknesses, and every day you have to work on yourself.
Right. So I just love I mean, I love everything that you're saying. I realize I'm saying I love after every answer you give, but then I really I think that it's very inspiring, and I think each one of us goes through this. We get phases where um, we are put into a judgmental mode, or being judged mode, rather, that people are like, oh, you're regularly this, why this? They don't want to accept you in any different way than what they want you to see as. So the perception that they have, that's what they should be, especially when it comes to doctors. I think, there are funny episodes. I'll just say quickly two ones that when I'm suppose if I'm not well, and the patient will be like, "Oh, abhi bhi manute ho," and I'm like, "Hello, I'm human." So what's wrong in that? I'm sure each one of us has faced that. And the other one, which is hilarious, which is recent. I was truly tired one day, and suddenly this patient is like, "Do you think I should reschedule my appointment because you don't look in your element?" And I was like, "My God, did you really say that?" And I was suddenly like, "Okay, I brought in that Kareena Kapoor thing in myself." And I'm like, it's okay, I'm absolutely fine. I'm like, hello, I can be tired. And then I was telling myself, why did I do that? But that's what we face each and every day. Probably next time I'll be much more prepared to handle that kind of a question. But yes, that's brilliantly said, that life teaches us. So it's good to have positive manifestations, affirmations, and keep listening to your girl gang all the time. Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti. Wonderfully answered all the questions. Now over to Dr. Pranjali for the next segment.
Thank you so much, Ritu. Dr. Preeti, it was amazing listening to you, and I must appreciate it takes a lot of courage to actually speak when you're on live, when you're talking. So, seriously, that is amazing. And I also agree to
Unfiltered,
it,
right?
like, superb. And I also agree to it, like when you connect dots, like when you sit and realize and go back कि why this has happened, you can realize yeah जो हुआ था अच्छे के लिए होता, now I can connect all the dots why this has happened. So amazing. So my next segment is about leading with purpose. We know leadership is not only about titles and achievements, it's about creating more leaders. You have built skin work, you trained many doctors across India, and so what does leadership mean to you today?
I think leadership isn't about a title, it's about taking responsibility, sharing knowledge, and helping others to grow. So when I go for my trainings, when I go as a trainer and in my workshop, when I train my trainees, you know, if they learn from that training and they immediately go back and start implementing and they feel more confident, that gives me the fulfillment that yes, I have been able to accomplish that. So yes, I think true leadership is not about making a positive is sorry it's about making a positive difference, but however small it may be.
Yes. So did you learn this, or this has come with practice by yourself, or did you actually? So we were thinking about doing some courses, to upgrade ourselves or something like that. So in fact, I was doing some courses when I was handling my team, how you're supposed to handle all the things. So did you actually learn how to do team building, how to manage your teams and all?
As I said that, when after I dropped out of medicine, I worked with VLCC Healthcare for
Yes.
5 years. So there was my 5 years of experience where I knew where I from a medical doctor, like a medical head, I moved to being a center head of of the center,
Yes.
and I had like around 40 to 50 staff under me. So I got introduced to admin, accounts, HR, and of course, we used to have timely meetings. So I got my experience there. That's why I said, no experience goes waste. It always helps you somewhere.
Okay.
Yes, when I, as to become a trainer, of course, you also attend trainings, you attend conferences and you learn. So one thing I think where I have mastered in how to be a good trainer, I can't say that I'm the best. I don't know. But of course, I think over the time, what I've understood from the feedbacks that I've got from my trainees is that any training, if a student attends, I would say that if I'm a student, what I want to look for,
Yes.
and that is what I do in my trainings. I don't teach as a trainer where I know the whole subject from the molecular level to everything. And I don't want to show that how great knowledgeable I am. but what is it practical, easy, and quick as a student that I can adapt and implement fast. This is what I, have learned over the years when I'm training.
Yeah, so you're simplifying the subject for the students so that and it is more communicable with you
Yes.
also, something like that. Yeah, so what advice would you give women doctors you feel they have fallen behind because of marriage, motherhood, or life unexpected turns? So what advice you would like to give?
I would tell the women doctors that remember that no one's life journey is same. There are no definite life timelines. Motherhood, marriage, family responsibilities or unexpected challenges, they're all going to come some way or the other.
Yeah.
But if you need to decide for yourself that what is more important for you. I'll tell you, if I say as a woman that me sacrificing my profession for my child or for my family is the greatest thing, and somebody who says that no, for me my profession is important, it's not wrong. It's your own decision, and please stop thinking that you are judged by people, because sometimes we make decisions only because of the judgment and we are not happy with that.
Yeah.
So there are women who feel, if women feel that if I don't like, I'll just say, if I don't cook a meal for my child, I'm a bad mother. But if I have somebody, if I can afford to keep a cook and she makes a meal for my child, I'll be spending more quality time with my child rather than spending, I'll be giving more to my child, and that will give a better bonding between us rather than me cooking a meal and giving her a meal.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if you still have the passion, you should have the passion to start it all over again. Believe in yourself. Take one step at a time and let your let not your past define your future.
Absolutely. That's superb. The message is absolutely amazing for the, I can understand, and the patients, the physicians who are listening to us, they will agree to your message also. What legacy do you hope to leave for your patients, your students, and your daughter?
So I think I've not thought about this, what legacy, I want to leave or whatever. But I think that I want people to remember me as, I've been an honest, ethical, passionate person. I'm fun loving, I'm a confident, a person who has achieved, she's achieved success as a dermatologist. And for my daughter, I think what I want her to remember me as that, I had a mother and I don't think so. I missed my father. I'm sorry to say this. And I want her to understand that hard work, integrity, and kindness is what can build a life for you.
Yes. And one more adjective I would like to add: courageous mother and a doctor. Seriously. Superb, Dr. Priti. Over to you, Dr. Kavita, for the next segment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Pranjali. So, hi, Dr. Preeti. It's been
Hello.
amazing listening to your story and your courage, and the fact that you mentioned timelines. I really love that, and I resonate with what you just said. Everyone's timeline and perception is different, so there's no point overlapping their thoughts and yours. So just
Yes.
focus. So this next segment is very exciting. It's called Audience Ask, and our audience section is getting very popular. So we have a few questions from them. So are you ready for that?
Yes, please.
So is there an ideal age to start preventive skincare or anti-aging treatments?
Preventive skincare today, as we are talking, should be by from the age of 20. And there's only, if somebody wants to ask me that one product which will be a great anti-aging product is your sunscreen. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we have seen this paradigm shift today. Like, post 50 women address their aging concerns after 50. But today we are seeing 20s and 30s coming to us saying that how do I prevent aging? I don't want to see this the way my mother has these concerns, So yes, like it's
Amazing.
changing.
Yeah, Gen Z is changing
So yeah,
the
you need to
whole.
start early and you need to be consistent and you need a simple basic skincare routine. You don't need an elaborate one.
Yeah.
And don't follow trends. Please don't follow social media trends.
True, true. And what are the three biggest skincare myths you wish people would stop believing?
The biggest skincare myth is one is that they feel they shouldn't wear a sunscreen when they're indoors.
Mm. And at
Second
night.
is, huh?
And at night as well.
Yeah, if they are like professionals who have to have screen time, now we have blue
Yeah.
filter sunscreens also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sunscreen does not mean sun protection only. It means both UVA, UVB, and broad spectrum. So now we have different types of sunscreen. I mean, the whole industry is flooded with different sunscreens for different
True.
purposes, right?
True.
Um,
True.
and please, as I said earlier, that you don't need a 10-step skincare routine.
Right.
We are Indians. We cannot have Korean glass skin. We need to be born out of Korean parents to have Korean glass skin. So that is the
Yeah.
second myth. And the third one is that so skin is individual, and what's right for one person may not be right for another.
Right. True. Very true. So there's one more question. How can young women doctors build a successful practice without compromising family priorities?
Without compromising family priorities.
I think you
So
answered part of it, but a
yeah,
little focus on
I think there's no
how.
perfect balance. Some days are good, some days are bad. Okay. And don't chase perfection. Focus on being present where you are,
Yeah.
wherever you are. Okay. And build your practice step by step. Keep learning, be ethical, and don't get the success hit your head also.
That is so
And
important.
also remember that it's, as I said earlier in an example, it's purely on you that, how you want to, like, if you want to give
Yeah.
your professional life more importance or your personal life more importance, that is your decision. So it cannot be like a norm, like, to
Yeah.
sacrifice your personal life to get to be successful at your professional life. So that shouldn't be considered.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you for that. So our next segment is a rapid fire, which is like a pulse of life. So time to switch gears. Let's lighten up and ask you a few questions, which you quickly answer in like a one word or one
Yes.
sentence. So dermatology or medicine?
Dermatology.
From science or art?
I think both aesthetic dermatology is where science meets art.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Wow, chai
I'm a
person.
chai
Yeah.
person. I'm a chai
Yes, chai
person.
person. I love chai person too.
And I'm
One.
very specky, huh? I'm very specky about my tea or coffee.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
friends all know it.
yeah. So, one quality that defines resilience.
I think perseverance.
Awesome. Right. Mentor or mentee? Which one
I
would you
think
prefer?
both because I still enjoy learning every single day.
Yeah, yeah. One skincare habit everyone should adopt.
Daily sunscreen.
Yeah, you mentioned. One book that changed your life.
I don't think so. There's one book that I can say, but I think different books have taught me different lessons at different stages of life. And also, I think I learn a lot from what I see. So I'm a more visual than a, person. So I'm a great observer and a keen learner.
Amazing.
Mm.
So, one word your daughter would use to describe you?
Crazy. No, I wanted to say this crazy because she feels you just don't get tired. Like, you don't get tired. Where do you get this energy from? How do you survive?
Wow.
So I wanted to say this, which she'll agree to me completely.
That's amazing. So, your idea of success?
My idea of success is going to bed with a peace of mind, knowing that you've done your best today.
That is true. That's amazing. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. The most important thing. Sleep.
Sleep. Yeah,
Uh,
see,
I,
sleep. What sleep? No, sorry.
no, your idea of success. Sorry, not sleep.
Ah,
I'm
sorry.
sleepy. Okay, complete the sentence. Every woman should know that.
It's never too late to start again.
Amazing. So thank you for that amazing round. That was sharp, sincere, and so I think just what WIPE stands for. And over to Dr. Rukia for the closing. Thanks, Dr. Rukia.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, Dr. Preeti. And your story just reminded us that success is not measured how straight the journey is, but the courage to begin again and again, the strength to keep moving, and also the grace to help others along the way. So, like you said, hard work, integrity, kindness, and courage. So I think, yeah, those are absolutely the adjectives which I would describe Dr. Preeti Shanai as. And just focus on being present where you are and give your best at where you are. I think, yeah, and sleep peacefully that you've given your best today. I think those were my learnings for today. And, thank you so much because, all this sharing has been just so amazing and so insightful and inspirational. I would like each one of us to say what has been their learning of today's session. So over to you, Dr. Lotika.
So, yeah, it was really very nice hearing your stories. And what I take home is that life doesn't go as the way we plan. There are always these surprises, but it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Also, on the patient front, you have to understand that people come to you with, all sorts of expectations, but you have to sit, communicate, listen to them, what exactly is their concern, and then treat them the best possible that you can in a way that, ethically you feel you are right. So you are able to sleep peacefully at night, and the patient is also happy with the results that are there. So those are my major take homes. Now, I think, Ritu, what about you?
I think again, I would say that be uninhibited. I really like that about Dr. Preeti. I didn't say the word love, but what I liked is that, she's totally somebody who does what her heart says with a pure heart, a great intention, a warrior, but still the calm one for her child. Setting up the crazy is wonderful because I think that defines for your child that, my mother can do anything. For me, the moment you said crazy, that is what actually came to my mind. So Dr. Preeti crazy, yes, I could see that. I could see that in Vibe Connect. I can see that in Vibe Live. So be the crazy you. I really feel a lot of times we shy away, Like, what will people think? What will people say? But I guess no, be the crazy one that you are. Ask those stupid questions. Be the one to say no. Be uninhibited. Don't worry about what people are gonna judge. People will do whatever. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना. So I think that's what my learning is. That whatever it is, just keep moving ahead. Just be that what you want to do and pursue your life goals.
Thank you.
Dr. Kavita?
So I think Dr. Preeti, it has been amazing listening to your real life story and courage, and I would definitely say you're crazy, crazy good, mama. I love that, and how powerful you are, and how your child relates to your strength through craziness, because that's what children see. How fun you are, how you look towards all those adversities in life and yet be smiling. Crazy, so crazy good. And I've learned that from you. And the other thing that I love that you mentioned was leadership isn't about a title. So it's not just one thing that you lead. You lead through a whole lot of a whole other kind of ways that you can lead, not just being called a leader, but in so many other aspects of life and showing up daily. That's these two things really resonated with me today. So thank you so much, Dr. Preeti. Over to Dr. Pranjali.
Yeah, so I think most of you covered my points also, but the most important thing which will remain in my mind is one is courageous, and second, showing up irrespective of what situations you are going through. Third thing is consistency. That plays a very important role, and I've learned from you after listening to your stories. Seriously, you are amazing,
Thank you.
and we have seen you in Vibe Connect. The way you were talking, it was
And we
super.
love to party
Today
with
we
you
had
again.
one-on-one connection again.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
thank you so much for coming today and connecting with us. Over to you, Rukia.
Thank you so much, Priti, for being the pretty you that you are.
Thank
And, Grace, vision for us. So before we end, I would like you to join your hands and make a W. And on the count of three, we say be the wild. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Be the
Be the
wild.
The
wise.
the
one.
vibe. Be the vibe.
Hope
I
you
think Dr.
enjoyed.
Preeti to say some, we should ask Dr. Preeti to
Say
say some parting words.
I think I've spoken a lot, but I think thank you because I've never had a platform and an experience like this where I was made to, revisit my life. And believe me, when I was thinking about today's seminar, I actually touched upon so many moments of my life. So thank you for making me relive those moments, actually.
You're the
Absolutely.
superhero of
Our
your own
pleasure.
life. So, our pleasure.
Yeah, thank
Our
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.